There's lots of things you can do to make conversations great, but there's one thing in particular which, if you can do well, you're pretty much guaranteed to have great conversations and to connect with people. And that thing is being genuinely interested in the other person. But most people think that that's hard to change. You can't just fake it, right? It's being genuinely interested. But I disagree. I think you actually can become more interested in people in general, and therefore have good conversations. And this isn't just me theorizing. I used to be really uninterested, and now I'm a lot more interested, which I'll go into more detail. But the point is, it's based on my experience. And I'm gonna also demonstrate it with interviews. There is 8 small mindset shifts you can do, which will all individually slightly increase your genuine interest in other people. And those are, let me read them out. Paint a picture, don't make assumptions, collect information like a game, demonstrate you're not stupid by showing what you know, not hiding what you don't. Use people like ChatGPT. Every soul is unique and beautiful. Your way is not better. And you know almost nothing. So with those 8 mindset shifts, you will be able to become more interested. So regardless of whether you're currently not very interested in people or you already are, being more interested is always going to help. So the first one is, again, painting a picture. So when we're, listening to people, we process the information and then we judge it. So the first thing, if we want to change how we process information, that comes to the first mindset, which is to not just accept each piece of information as a complete piece, but as a small fragment that is part of a segment. So that gets you to ask more questions. But here's an interview. I'll go find someone so we can demonstrate this. Yo, what's up? This is this guy I met earlier, Dennis. Sorry, I can't believe I forgot your name. I'm Ivor, by the way.
What is your name?
Ivor.
Ivor?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Dennis.
Yeah. I just get my bread from Coles, the supermarket. I don't go to a
Yeah, we have
place.
the same. You have Aldi here as well,
Yeah,
right?
we do.
Yeah, we do.
Is that a German
Yeah,
company?
it's a German company.
It sounds it, yeah.
Do you have a bakery section here in Aldi?
I'm not sure.
Okay,
I don't know.
It's a big thing. Even there is a really good quality from the bread. The quality is really good even in Aldi. But if you're going an actual bakery store, the bread is a 10 out of 10. There's so many different options. That's the only thing what I'm really missing from Germany is the bread.
Yeah. It'd be more expensive though, hey, if you go to the proper bakery.
Here? Yeah,
in Germany as well.
Yeah, it is, but it's not that expensive.
So for that guy I just talked to, for example, he said that the bread in Germany is really good. Now, that is a piece of information. You could either choose to accept that and go, oh, okay, the bread in Germany is really good. Or you could go, okay, wait, hold on, this is only a tiny piece of it. I need the whole segment. So you can break stuff up into 3 things: people, events, and ideas. Those are the 3 things people talk about. The bread thing is an idea. With ideas, you're trying to work out why, basically. When it comes to people, you're trying to work out also kind of why they did that, how they felt and how other people felt. So kind of the inputs and outputs of their action, which you've been told about. And when it comes to events, you're painting a picture. So that's where the mindset then comes in, paint a picture. So get all the details. If you say you got stung by a bee, oh, what did it feel like? Did it feel more like an ant or a sting? What did it look like? How big was it? How much did it hurt? Paint a picture. And when it comes to the bread thing, in this example, why is the bread in Germany good? What's different about it? Let's explain more. What does this bread look like? Let's get all the other pieces of information that fit in that segment, not just that individual piece. And you can also work out how that piece of information is relevant to other things. So the bread in Germany is good. Is all the food in Germany good? Is it just the bread? Why bread? There's lots of questions you can ask. Okay, so that's how you process information in the correct way to show more interest in people. Now, after we've done that, we judge information. So we want to judge it in a way that allows us to show interest. And when we judge it, we're either going, okay, this is interesting, or no, we don't care about this. This is not interesting. And we want to always be interested because we want to keep talking. And there's 2 reasons we might find it interesting. Either it fills a curiosity gap in our mind, or it is useful to us in some way. So we're not going to talk to people if we're not curious or if it doesn't help us. So there's 2 mindsets that help with both, and then there's a bunch of mindsets which help for each individual thing. So the 2 that help with both. The first one is don't make assumptions. So if he says he's a DJ, there's a ton of assumptions I could make about that. I could go, he probably smokes cigarettes and he probably parties a lot or anything. But if I assume that, now I can't ask about it. And I also might not be as interested in him now because I'm just going down those stereotypes and I don't like that stereotype. Whereas if I was to talk to him, which I did, I would find out some more stuff, such as he has a passion for it and he has all this other interesting stuff about him. He doesn't fit that stereotype. And by asking that, I had more questions to ask because I didn't assume the stereotype. And the other one is, the third mindset now is to collect information like a game. So, you know, conversations can be boring. And if you're just going out to socialize, sometimes you just don't even feel like it. You're like, oh, I feel like I should do this, but you don't have a good reason. Whereas if you treat it like a game, you go, okay, I'm going to go up and I'm going to talk to these people and I'm going to try to collect 3 pieces of interesting information. So this takes the focus off yourself. You're not worrying about how well you're doing, which gives you more focus to be interested in the other person, and it makes it more fun. And when you're having fun, you're going to be more interested in other people. A kind of softer, less extreme version of this is just to think, I'm here to find people who I find interesting. So you can do that as well. Okay, so if we're judging this piece of information as interesting because it fills a curiosity gap, that basically means we find it fascinating. So either we find the person fascinating or we find some piece of information fascinating. So we want to try to find more stuff about the world fascinating. So we can do that in 2 ways. Generally, we are pretty, curious about how the world works, but we just don't get that from other people through talking to people. We just go on ChatGPT. So then the 4th mindset is you demonstrate that you're not stupid by showing what you know, not hiding what you don't. So when you believe this, now you're going to ask people when you're curious about stuff. So I knew nothing about DJing. So when I was talking to that guy, I don't know if this will be in the cut there, but he was talking about how he's a DJ, and I asked him a ton of questions about like what app does he use and like what's the difference between like production and just DJing. Now I knew nothing about that stuff. So I wasn't hiding that I didn't know it, because I know that I was showing that I knew other stuff. So because I wasn't afraid to show that I didn't know that stuff, I was able to ask way more questions, and he was glad to answer because people like sharing information and helping others learn more. It makes them feel like they know a lot, and it makes them feel like they've helped other people. So it's like very positive. And that leads into the next mindset, which is to treat people like ChatGPT. So what do I mean by this? As I just said, people want to share information with us. You know who else wants to do that? ChatGPT. It's literally just there to tell us stuff. So if we're curious about something, we want to learn more about how DJing works, for example, or we want to know like when was cheese invented or whatever, we can just ask people like their ChatGPT. Because again, people like helping us by telling us, and they like feeling smart because they feel like they know stuff. And if they don't know it, now you can connect over both not knowing that. You can go like, damn, yeah, that's true. Why is that? So it's not actually selfish to do this, as long as you don't spam it. You don't ask continuous questions. So, I have 10,000 chats on ChatGPT in 2025. Don't ask 10,000 questions to people. And then the other part of the kind of being more fascinated in stuff is to be more fascinated in people. So if you kind of think that lots of people are the same, then you're not going to be fascinated in this person because you think you already know them. So to be more fascinated in people, remember everyone is different. And then the other part of that was remembering that everyone is good. We like everyone. So if you kind of just become a more positive person, I know that's kind of cringe to say, you will naturally feel more fascinated in people because you'll feel like learning more about the world, and people are part of that. So I kind of naturally have gotten better at this. So I reckon though, what would help would be to, at the end of each day, write down something you found interesting about someone today. And generally you'll build up that fascination for people. Okay, so that was one half of it. We are interested in people if we're fascinated in what they've said. It's a curiosity gap. Or we're interested in them because it's helping us in some way. You guys want to be in my YouTube video? Yes. I was actually just thinking I should probably stop and wait for someone else to be in it. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm trying to show how to be interested in people. So do you want to have a quick chat? Yeah, like sure. 1 minute, okay. So we're gonna play high, low, buffalo. So you say something that's going well for you, something not going so well for you, and something that's interesting about you.
I did a lot of shopping, which is good. I got the clothes that I wanted.
Yeah, nice.
I ate one of the breakfast places that was good. I liked it. Something bad is that I have to walk all the way to the other side to my hotel.
Where's your, actually, don't tell me exactly where your hotel is, which direction?
South Bank area.
Oh yeah, that's a bit of a walk with the bag of stuff as well.
Bags, but we
Yeah.
get the fitness done.
Yeah. So what did you get?
I got
Just
a lot of
clothes,
jumpers
Culture
and clothes
Kings.
for my brother. It's his
Oh,
birthday
okay.
Today,
Today.
so surprising him.
That's just nice. How you surprise him just with the clothes?
Yeah, he thinks I'm not
That's
getting
cool.
anything, so I'm just like,
That's nice. Did
Yeah.
you have to tell him like I'm not getting you anything, or do you just
yeah,
not tell
the
him
whole week
anything?
I was just being rude to him, just to like trick
That's
him.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. That'll
That's
be
okay,
good.
Thank you. You have a good weekend.
You too.
Thank
Hope your surprise goes well.
Thank you.
That interview brings us nicely onto the next point, which is that your way is not better. This is the 7th mindset, small mindset shift. So I don't want to be critical to this person. I didn't actually meet them. I didn't talk to them much, but oh no, that's right. It was mostly for their brother. Let's just assume that they had brought a ton of clothes. I might go, okay, I personally am not super into people buying a ton of clothes. So I might not, if I assume that, I might not ask them about their clothes and everything because I'm like, oh, shopaholic alert. Whereas if I'm just like, okay, you know what, that's cool. I like shopping. There's definitely benefits to spending your money shopping, right? You get to look nice. See? So if I have that mindset, I'm gonna be able to ask more questions about, oh, what do you get? I'm gonna seem more interested. Well, I'm gonna be more interested. And when you think that other people's ways of living are worse, now they're not helping you by telling you about that. So I think that's part of it, because we said you're either interested in people because you're fascinated by something, or it'll help you in some way. And if you think that their way of living is worse, it's not helping you at all to learn about it. So if you change that mindset a little bit, now you'll be more genuinely interested in what they're saying, and you'll have much better conversations. And the last mindset number 8, is to remember that you barely know anything in the grand scheme of things. You know almost nothing. So if you think that there's not too much to learn, there's only a couple things I really need to learn, I'm pretty well educated, then you're not going to want to learn all this stuff about different stuff you don't know. So when you have this mindset that you know almost nothing, now it will help you to learn more about different careers, about different ways of living. Or if people are better than you at something, remember you know almost nothing, now you can try to learn from them. And if they're worse at you at something, you can try to understand the reasons why that may be, so you can be more empathetic. It all helps you. And if you remember that you don't really know much in general, then you're going to be more curious about all that stuff, what people are, different ways of living and all that stuff. So if you're just constantly thinking, wow, I really don't know much, there's a lot for me to learn, then you're going to want to learn more about all that stuff and different ways of living. And you're going to learn more, so you're going to be interested. So if you can do as many of those 8 mindsets as possible, I know it's a lot of information, but you can just pick 1 or 2, then you're going to be more genuinely interested in people, which is going to massively improve your conversations. Doesn't matter if you're kind of unconfident, if you don't know what to say, if you're just genuinely interested in the other person, it's going to help a lot. So I hope that helps. Have a great day.